Yeah, I think I'm internalizing it all. I'm sure that like this stomach lining is being eaten from the inside out, but you know.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to an episode of The Beautiful Boys.
Are we recording? Nice.
This is the Shiesty episode.
This is the Shiesty episode.
Did you know somebody tried to tell me that we couldn't wear these?
Why?
Because it's like cultural appropriation or something, and I was like,
ski culture?
not even. Like, I think these are for jogging, essentially. But because, like, I don't know, POC teens wear them.
Yeah. I mean, I like wearing it because Lamar Jackson wears it in football. He's the quarterback of the Ravens.
I like wearing it because I've gotten into riding around with friends on a moped and sticking people up.
We do look like fucking beta Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
Like just
Beta Buzz Lightyear, that's the fucking title of the episode if I've ever heard it.
I mean, this is exactly what goes under his helmet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's appropriation of Buzz Lightyear then.
Yeah. Which, famously, a white.
Wait, a conservative white.
Is he?
That's Tim Allen, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's,
How are you gonna be
they
a conservative?
took his show off the air because he's a Republican.
How are you going to be a conservative and a former coke smuggler? That's
well,
so
and
crazy.
a narc, like a rat.
Yeah, he ratted them all out, right?
Rat. He
That's-
completely rolled. I mean, how do
you roll on the Mexican cartel and not fucking end up in a
I wonder.
box?
I wonder if like there's something not really adding.
It doesn't add up that
No.
he rolled on all those people and then was just the biggest TV. You know, he made like $200 million or something
just from that show, and then that other show,
Yeah.
was also very successful. Like I think he did like 6 seasons.
Yeah. He's made a lot of money and never.
And Toy Story.
Yeah.
So this guy, Tim Allen's got to be worth.
He's got $1 billion.
half a bill, right?
Yeah. No,
Minimum.
I'd say a bill maybe.
Damn.
Seinfeld's got a bill. Seinfeld's got a bill.
Yeah.
So
Well, Seinfeld, because he just keeps signing new syndication deals. The first one was for $800 million.
really,
And he got 4 of it. And then I think Larry got like 2. And then the rest went to,
Good for them.
Shoshana.
is that the 17-year-old he
Yeah,
dated?
Which I
Oh,
remember that. I
man.
remember my parents talking about that when that was on the cover of the New York Post and being like, Jerry Seinfeld's dating a 17-year-old.
I went on like a real lib show the other day, and I made the point that no one got canceled.
Go on.
Can you think of somebody who got canceled?
Well, no, not canceled, but I mean, shows get canceled and then they get a new job.
Yeah, but I mean, like, is there anybody
Like
that's
Shane
not?
got fired from SNL.
Yeah, but he's also the richest comic, most
Totally.
selling. You know what I mean?
So,
like,
as a pushback, because I've had this conversation with other people where it's like cancel culture isn't about the success rate; it's about the culture. Because there were people that were trying to cancel people, like there are people that think that livelihoods and lives should be taken for mistakes.
oh yeah. No, I don't think that. I mean, I think it should be kind of your own personal pockets. Like,
Mhm.
and I think it's okay to be like, I don't want maybe like the network that I invest my time into to also
Totally.
like that's. I guess I don't really have a huge problem with like because here's the thing: if I work at IBM
Mhm.
and I call my coworker jokingly a racist, I'm gonna lose my job.
Totally, yeah.
And nobody's gonna be like the fucking culture around here.
Yeah.
You know what
well,
I mean?
I told you, my father-in-law is funny because he's as wild as it gets, and he's just like fucking PC culture. You can't say nothing anymore. Like it's just insane. People getting thrown in prison. I'm like, you're retired. You can scream the N-word
Yeah.
with a green light in your
Especially
driveway
where you live.
at all times, dude. Like you have a recessed driveway. Nobody can hear you.
Yeah.
Let it rip, dude. I'm like, I'm on stage. He's like, yeah, but you're a pussy. He's like, so you do all that fucking little twinkle toe bullshit.
God, man. Anyways, I don't think anybody.
You know
should
he
be
got me the
canceled.
gay pride flag, right, for his flagpole.
No.
That was one of my bits in one of my specials. But when we lived there, like he had the Blue Lives Matter flag, like an AR-15 that says like "Come and take it," like the Betsy
Really?
Ross Second Amendment flag. And then one morning he came inside where I'm feeding crew breakfast, and he goes, "Come outside, I got something to show you." And I'm like, "Okay." And I walk outside, and the gay pride flag is on the flagpole, and he goes, "That's for you." It literally got me the gay pride flag. And he's
Nice.
like, "That's so you know I love you." I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go dump a batch in your daughter.
Did he know? He was trying to bust your balls?
He was
right?
busting my
Okay,
balls.
cool.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
For a
like
second,
that,
I thought you were saying like that he genuinely like thought that was like a nice thing.
I love my father. Like my father-in-law is the reason why I have such a hard time condemning anyone because he's such an easily vilified character. But I know what his insides are, and I know who he is, and so it's just hard for me to like completely wipe the humanity off of anybody because I know what he is.
And I think, I mean, obviously, like going back to it, I'm going to stop talking about this because I feel like I bring it up on every pod. But
is this Kill Tony?
No, I won't do Kill Tony. But the cancel culture, I think the problem with cancel culture, like a big problem for me is like, not only do I not want to see people get canceled, I think that everybody has like the capacity to make a mistake, even a lot of mistakes and come back. I think people can also be fucked up in ways, and you can also like, there's lines, things people can do. But the one big problem I think the liberals always do is they canceled people and then they just canceled them and expected them to like somehow not go to a darker place.
Of course, yeah.
Like where they'd be like, you're canceled. You can't work in show business anymore. You can't do this, this, and this. And then it's like, well, okay, so that's why he works at Compound Media now.
Of course.
Because,
yeah, exactly.
Because you wouldn't give him a job anywhere else.
There's no path to retribution.
It's like he can work in an Amazon fulfillment center or he can do what he's been doing for...
Well, that's the problem is like sometimes also, and obviously on the more extreme end of things, but cancel culture would exist to the point where not only do they want you out of show business, but they want you out of public existence.
Yeah.
So if they see you on the streets, it's also on site.
Who do
and
I
it's
want
like,
canceled
get the fuck, like
that?
what the fuck are we talking about? Where it's like, so I have to go, I have to cease to live.
You're canceled, buddy.
You're canceled. We should have a weekly canceled segment where we just say a random
by somebody's success.
comedian.
Yeah. You're canceled. I saw that you sold out 19 shows at the Leicester Square Theater. You're canceled.
You're canceled.
Because I'm upset. All right?
That's a great segment.
Yeah.
This week's canceled comedian, Gianmarco.
Yeah, Gianmarco.
Cerese.
Did you know that his dad...
Cirrhosis.
Oh, wow.
Cirrhosis. That's what it means in Italian.
Did you know his mom's Italian? Or his dad's Italian, and his mom is Jewish.
Oh.
Can you imagine what that's like? I can't even wrap my head around that. Anyways.
Mike DiStefano used to have this great joke that he said Jews are Italians with college.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
It's just such a funny joke.
I love that.
Yeah. The man you helped kill.
Yeah, I did.
Dude, my wife, by the way, his cousin, heard that episode where you said you were throwing him into a wall or through a wall.
Not of my own volition, by the way. Let's get that clear.
We're driving around and she goes, so like, there's no way Andy didn't have like at least some hand in the fact that he
killed
had
him.
a heart attack.
I killed him. That's why they won't book me at the stand. You sons of bitches. You fucking... correction officer. God damn it. I was taking direction.
Lunch lady.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. Anyways, we're going to get into crimes. What would be your ideal crime if you could get into a crime?
Do you know what movie I want to rewatch? Because I was watching this Jaylen Brown interview. He's the
basketball player.
He's a basketball player on the Celtics, and he was dressed like Martin Lawrence in Blue Streak, like as a diamond, like a cat burglar. And that really, I do think that that's probably a lost art. But I wish I could go back in time and do it because I don't want to deal with all the tech and shit now. But I wish I could like cat burgle in the 90s.
That'd be fun.
That'd be sick.
Sneak in places. Go under, do dances over lasers,
like Catherine Zeta-Jones. In, Entrapment.
Yes.
I remember watching her practice, like that scene where Sean's like, well, yes, good, up, left, down. And like, she's in this like leggings and her butt, like a fucking black cat is like sliding in. And I was like 13, all the blood rushed out of me. And I'm just fucking ready. Okay.
Yeah, we were losing it for CZJ.
I remember I think she was the hottest human being for like a couple years.
Yeah, it's so weird. She's Welsh.
What?
She's Welsh.
She's not Spanish?
I think she's got some kind of Spanish in her.
Yeah.
She's got a a Spanish name of some sort.
What is that? She was in fucking Zorro with Antonio Banderas.
She was also in Tráfico
I never saw that.
con Benicio de Torres.
Who looks a lot like Brad Pitt. I watched some, or I think I follow some celebrity meme account that put them next to each other, and fucking Benicio looks like Brad Pitt plus Grumpy Cat.
Do you know what I think I would do? I'd really thrive in. I think I would thrive in the admin side of the narco trafficking.
Mm.
You know,
Jason Bateman?
yeah, not quite. I think I could do the socials for them because they've got big social media footprints now.
They do.
Yeah, you can go on narco TikTok and stuff like that and see all their shit.
What do you mean?
You can go to like the Zeta's TikTok page and see like
do they have
their
merch?
Probably.
If they have should I not? I probably shouldn't wear that actually.
I
really
not
just-
that one. There's some
Yeah.
other ones you can wear. I wouldn't wear the ones where they're like putting people's heads on poles in the desert. But yeah, there's like a thing called narco TikTok where you can like go and you can see all this like
That's pretty
because
cool.
they also like threaten each other. It's like drill music.
What?
Yeah.
On social media they do
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Man, life
They have
has
songs
gotten
too. All
weird.
those songs you hear that are like bam, 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 like, you know, in the taco place, like with horns and a tuba.
Yeah.
Half those are like gangster rap. They're
No
talking about
shit.
like running shit across the border, and if I see this guy, I'd, you know, like, yeah.
Wow. I had no idea. I hope this pops up now just from speaking about it near my phone.
Yeah, look it up. It's fun. This
Is
is
that
what
like, do they show the processing of it or they're showing the
Some of it.
violence? Like they're showing
No, they
them-
don't really. I think they will occasionally, but those accounts get taken down pretty
Mhm.
quickly. I mean, like,
Because I've seen that, dude. So much of my algorithm now is like on the streets of Ecuador, fights or kidnappings or shit like that, and I'm just like, God damn! I don't like or interact with them, but I always watch it all the way through.
Yeah.
and I just learned that that's like one of the highest values that you
To
can
watch it all the way
yeah,
through.
Just watch it all the way through to the end.
you're like, can you imagine that the narcos are getting like their TikTok check? it's going to their PayPal. Dude, I made $30,000 last month.
Helps with taxes.
Yeah, and you know, like some of the like a guy will like sing a song that'll be kind of like revering like a drug dealer or something,
Mhm.
and then like the opposing guy will like kill that guy.
Wow. Yeah,
'Cause, like you're honoring their enemy or something. It's wild down there.
that's really
Northern
interesting.
Mexico is not a place you fuck around.
No, I even felt weird. Like I felt scared in Tulum. Even like we went years ago, and I know you shouldn't really, I guess.
But
but
there is
it's-
stuff down there. I mean, it's all over Mexico. There's
Yeah,
shit
it's
going
just I think everybody probably is to some level, but I fall for that shit. Like if you say a place is scary, I'm scared.
Yeah, I started to have that feeling in Guatemala when I was down there where I was like, oh, fuck, I'm like real far away from home. And like, if something goes wrong, I don't know what the healthcare is down here.
Mhm.
And like, also like, I'm walking around at night and I'm kind of a mark, you know? And then I took a nap and I was like, what am I talking about? This isn't scary. I'll fucking bop everybody on the head.
Just whack them
I'm
all.
so
these
much taller than everybody. I
tiny
just bop 'em.
Guatemalans.
No, you will not rob me.
Everybody looks like the mushroom from Mario Brothers.
They're tiny. Oh, I haven't talked about this yet. This is fun. So there's this woman. When you get into the village that we're staying in, it's like basically the streets are as wide as this couch. Like cars can't really drive down them. They have these little like tuk-tuks that drive around this village.
Okay.
And motorcycles, and there's a couple like I
What are
don't know.
tuk-tuk? Like, is that one tire in the front and then
Yeah,
two in the
two
back?
in the back.
Yeah,
Kind
yeah.
of a small little like streets of Thailand, I think.
Gotcha.
Probably Bali. Probably have them.
Yeah.
But the kind of like a mile long stretch through this little village, which it looks more like cinder block houses and shit like that. It doesn't look like it's not rural. But we would pass this woman and she had a disability. She clearly had something going on, and she had a baby, and the baby was sick, and I would kind of talk her up every day, and she was like selling bracelets and stuff. And I was like, I don't know, in some kind of headspace where I was like, I want to help you. So
Yeah.
I left her a note, and it was like, hey, let me help you. I don't have anything to give you right now, but like, here's my WhatsApp and I'll send you money, and just, tell me how to do it. And like immediately, like the second she got the note, it was like, hey, what's up? Did you want to send that money? And I was like, Hey, and she's like, yeah, I could use that money like today. Are you going to send the money? And I was like,
oh no.
yeah, let me figure it out. And then she's like, yeah, because we need the money right now. Like 11:45 at night. Like, hey, just
what's up with that money?
what's up with that money? You said you could help. Maybe send that. And then like a week later, she tried to go back for it. And I was like, hey, listen, there's no more money.
Yeah. Oh, you gave her money.
I did. I gave her $100.
That's nice.
But it was like, she showed me her tits. I'm kidding. She breastfed in front of me.
It's non-sexual.
It's different.
It's non-sexual. I just found the clip of Selma Hayek breastfeeding an African child, and I almost sent it to you.
Is it real?
It's real, yeah. No, she did that.
She breastfed an African child?
She was like walking around Africa and giving, for humanitarian work, and saw a hungry kid and like popped him on her tit, and he fucking chugged.
Was she actively breastfeeding her own children?
I think she was,
okay, yeah.
But I do think that like it's pretty gray whether or not there can be a transfusion of disease through that way.
No, there can.
There can, right?
Yeah, because the spit goes back in. Because it's the crazy thing about, we'll just say tits, is the baby's spit goes back in and the breast will engineer the dairy to meet the kid's needs.
Wow. So that's like the hair of the avatar plugging into the dragon.
Yes, the spit gets soaked back in, and the boob's like, I don't know, this kid needs more iron.
Short on carotene.
Yeah, exactly. It's Nick Nolte living inside your wife's tits.
Get him carotene. Algiers.
It's not about calcium.
I'm a big part of the problem.
Yeah, so the boobs do that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Can I, birthday stuff I wanted to tell you about. Yeah. So the best thing ever, I took, we had tickets for a long time. My wife's family has tickets to the Knicks game, to the Knicks.
Oh, yeah,
They have season tickets. They've had them for fucking like 30, 40 years, something like that. It's been in the family for a long time, and it's going to stay that way. So every year we get at least a game to go see. This is the first year that Crew has shown interest in watching basketball, and he has said he wanted to go to a Knicks game. It's 7 rows back. I picked the night before my birthday. They're playing the Clippers, which is a good team. And I'm like, we're going. He was super fired up. He also, that was the same week he just saw the Harlem Wizards versus where he's like, is this whites versus blacks? And my wife knows, no, but it didn't work out that way. Yes. So we go to the Knicks game, and dude, I mean, when I say, I have a lot of expectations for things like this. Like I romanticize life very much. I think of it as like, if it doesn't live up to the poem in my head, what was I even doing in the first place? Like I fucked it up.
Yeah.
So taking my son to his first Knicks game, one at 5 years old, like felt really cool because I think I was like 13 when my dad took me, and I was like in the middle of my playing career before he was like, all right, fine. I guess you're serious. I'll take you. But, so the fact that I could take him kind of, casually at 5 years old is very exciting for me as an adult. He's also excited about it. We go, we park at the lot on 9th Ave. We walk over. He's, it's New York City. He's there a lot. We go to museums. He checks it out. But it's still like, Dad, whoa, this is MSG. Like, this is that. What's going on? All these questions. And I'm just like, I'm on cloud 9. Like, I can't believe it. We're going to get pizza. We're going to do this. We go and sit down. We're 7 rows back from the hoop. Like, it's unbelievable,
awesome.
These seats. Of course, we have fucking beanstalks in front of me, these giant dudes. So Crew is like half watching on the show or on the Jumbotron, half watching, whatever. But like, locked in.
Yeah.
So excited. We eat during it. He's asking all the right questions. Like, I gave him, insanely, but in hindsight, perfectly gave him ice cream with M&Ms as a topping at 9:15 p.m.
Perfect.
In the third quarter.
Yeah.
Just like, dude, this is our night. We're getting hammered.
I can't wait to do this with my kid. Because like if I give my kid that kind of dessert right now, she would turn into a ball of flames.
Truly. I mean, I think when Crew was like 2, his grandmother gave him a snow cone.
Uh-huh.
And it's the closest to meth I've seen.
Yeah.
And real like Breaking Bad level, peel your skin off your face, meth.
Yeah, I gave her a bite of a cookie the other day because she got a shot and she was like pissed. So I was like, have some cookie. And she was just like, the way she was palming it was like, Gollum with the ring. She's like, just like slobbering all over her hand, but like not eating it all at once because she knew it was finite. Anyways, so you're
finite. She has that sense already.
She was like, "There's not more of this." Yeah.
So he's eating the ice cream. I turn for 1 second. I look. He finished it. It was like 1.5 gallons of ice cream. It's fucking insane. So we take all these pictures. Right near the court, like the whole thing. He's so the Knicks lost, and it like killed him.
Yeah,
he couldn't believe.
Who'd you play?
We played the Clippers, James Harden, I thought, this is for basketball people, which I'm sure there's one of you, but James Harden is a player I've followed for a long time. Haven't seen him live. And I thought, more or less is getting old and kind of past his prime, but still capable of doing stuff. He had like a 25-point third quarter, completely turned it on. The way their bodies move when you're that close also, talk about flow state and shit.
Yeah.
It's like I could never get that running, but watching like these guys who have trained their body to react, so none of it is thought at this point. Like they have their initial thing of how they're going to approach, but then everything off of that is counter reads, and all of the reads are inherently built into their muscle memory because they've just drilled it so many fucking times. And when you watch that, you're more or less watching Bruce Lee with a bouncing ball.
Yeah.
And this guy, the way his body moves, and my son is just like locked in. I'm not forcing him to be. He's like locked in. So I'm just so ecstatic and excited that he likes it.
Was Kawhi in?
He was, yeah, and he looks awesome too. He's like one of those dudes where you're like, how didn't you play professional football? Like your legs are this fucking
He's
thick.
A giant, yeah.
It's crazy. So crew got so fired up at the end of the game, he's like, speaking and rewind. We're going down the escalator. He's half like kicking adults in the back, going down.
So awesome.
And then from 7th Avenue, it turned out I was a genius because if I didn't give this to him, after school and after a full Knicks game, drive to the city, that walk from 7th Ave to 9th Ave would have been a fucking nightmare. I would have had to pick him up and carry dead body, this giant fucking boy, all the way to but instead, he did literal defensive slides for 2 New York avenues.
Amazing.
Like got down in stance and was shifting weight and doing defensive slides and then putting his arm, like hand checking me. And I was like, you can't make contact with the body, dude. He's like, but I saw them do that. They were leaning on their bodies. And I was like, you're right. I was like, he was really like making good points and paying close attention. That's crazy that he's like that in.
I
know. Dude, it was one of those things where I set the expectation at such an impossible place, and somehow it superseded that. And it's like, it should be a lesson to not set your expectations that way, but instead, it like completely blew the doors off of everything. It was fucking awesome.
I'm pretty stoked. Minnow, since she's been about 11 months old, has been into kicking the soccer ball.
Yeah.
And she runs and keeps it under her foot.
Yes.
Which is like a really hard skill.
Totally.
And she's like into it. She always wants to pick the ball up eventually, which, I really don't want her to be a goalie. But I'm pretty optimistic that I'm gonna have a little soccer player on my hands.
I used to coach for Super Soccer Stars.
Yeah.
And one of the songs that we would sing to get the young kids not to touch the ball is "You never touch the ball with your hands."
Yeah.
And then they would scream it with you.
Yeah.
And that would get them to hopefully not touch it.
I just scream that at her. I know song. Don't you fucking touch it. No hands.
Soccer is a fun one to teach kids though, because you can hit them without, you can like if they're running, you got a good aim, you could fucking pipe one right through the wickets and have them trip and fall.
Pretty fun. So we're going to raise our kids to do better than us. How could they do better than us? Look at us.
Speaking of also my birthday, we went to Sojo in
you said this.
Where is that? Fort Lee, which I'm brand new to this wellness thing. I just realized I could be nice to myself like recently. Like I didn't realize that
it's illegal and gay in Rockland.
It really is. And in Irish culture, I really think that there's just something. I even feel guilty about going to the doctor like I don't deserve it. Like there's part of me really that is like, I don't know, should I get this care? Like who am I?
You think you're so big? You think you're fancy?
You and the dentist? Like, Nicole is the fucking greatest wife of all time. Gets me her first thing, she was like, I wanted to get you 40 outfits for your 40th birthday. And I was like, What? I was like, why? I was like, first of all, that's very kind of you. Like,
It's a year worth of clothing.
That's too much money. Please don't do that. But she did get me a ton of outfits because I'm, now all of a sudden into looking like just normal. But and then she also booked the whole day at this place, and I got a deep tissue massage, which I think this was my first real one.
Yeah.
Because I'd gotten one in other places, but this one felt like, the woman was, I think, like Putin.
Wow.
Yeah, she was like from the Eastern Bloc, hard living, has seen some winters, and was truly like pulling my muscle off the bone. It felt like I was eating chicken and separating the meat from the actual bone, because I almost tapped at one point. Like I almost was like, all right, I'm good. Because it felt like it was going to pop. Dude, fast forward through the whole day. It was incredible. Such a great day. The next day, I felt fucked up.
Like, you couldn't walk and shit.
Like sick. Not even just
like
sore.
all the toxins.
Like from the permafrost of my body.
Yeah.
She unearthed ancient illnesses that I haven't got, like vaccines.
You realized
from when
you
I
got
was
molested.
A kid. Yeah, all these. I tasted SoCo for like 30 minutes. I literally could like kind of get a little hint of fucking booze
worst.
where I was like, did this just like...
SoCo's the worst.
That's what I drank on my 21st birthday. 25 shots.
Brutal, dude.
Yeah, really gross. But I think
I get nauseous when I hear SoCo. Like,
I have a Garcia effect.
I have blown so many chunks and dudes
So many
after
Garcias.
drinking SoCo. Oh God.
Have you? Because you do that. Like you've been in wellness. You've been in Seattle. You've been.
Well, I didn't really
on
get
this
into that
tip.
shit until I was probably in my mid-20s. I did stuff. I did yoga class here and there, and I always went to therapy, and it's Seattle, so there's like not really taboo around it.
Yeah.
Like nobody's like, okay.
Did all your friends go to therapy, like in high school?
No, but a fair amount.
Yeah.
Like if their parents were divorced, that was
Okay.
probably like a thing that they had to do at some point. That's why I went. I was like, my parents got divorced when I was 5, and I started fucking around in school.
Yeah. I wonder if
But-
my head's getting enough air. I feel a little dizzy.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel it's probably just made with lead. You know, this is probably made with mercury and
Yeah.
lead. It's like asbestos.
I
We're
did
just
get
wearing
these
an
shipped before the tariffs went into place, so
Oh,
they did
that's
cost
what it is.
$6. So, there's
They
got to
feel
be.
good.
It feels really good. I like the pressure.
I do too. I want to run in it.
Yeah,
It makes me want to run.
it's yours,
Thank you.
by the way.
I'm gonna
This is
I'm
yours
gonna
to
run
keep.
and rob. Have you ever seen the
Nicole, I should have gotten you a shiesty. You wouldn't have worn it though.
Yeah, that's not really that type of. I sweat so much just from doing nothing, and my head. That's where it all. That's where it all is.
Really?
I'd be like sweating if that was wrapped all around me, and I'd like faint. It'd make me anxious.
I
I'd
want to
feel
wear
stuck.
this more often. I watch so many British hip hop podcasts, and they all wear these. I'm so excited to have one.
How's it look with glasses? Is that too much headgear?
No, you look great.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like a.
I'm a nerd, shiesty.
You actually look more like I don't even know how to say it. Like
Like a gay scuba instructor.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, you almost look like cartoonish. Like I'm trying to think of like a worm.
Yeah, Earthworm Jim.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
like a, but I don't know what it is. It's not animal.
A sperm.
No, I'll figure it out. I'll think it's almost like a knight. It's almost like chainmail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's part of that.
How do I look? I haven't looked at myself.
I think I've actually, the reason why I tucked my hair in is because of how natural and cool you look in it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like it actually completely suits you.
Wow.
There's
I think this
cameras
is what
on you right
astronauts
now.
look like.
he's looking at his camera into cameras on camera.
I think we look like what's his name? You said it, Buzz Lightyear. I kind of look like
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear. Take that, Rosebud.
Dude, I've been
So your birthday was great.
yeah, my birthday was really good. It also
Did you get birthday sex?
Yeah, I had some sex.
Good for you.
I did. I don't think I had it on my birthday. I think I had it the night before. When I got home from the Knicks game, I really laid up pounded.
Are you able to? Are you still a young enough man that you can eat a big meal and have sex?
Yeah. So I
can't.
I'm moving, and not to get too graphic because this has nothing to do with
Wait,
sex as
you're
much as it
moving
has to do with
homes?
me. No, in terms of the way I move right now,
Yeah.
my body, like I'm doing those sneaky athletic things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even sexually,
Sexually.
I feel more capable than I've felt in a really long time. Like I'm doing things that I thought I could do for a while, but I couldn't, like physically. Like dude, I was like shaky and the whole thing. And like, my hips had fucking like a 4-inch swayability. And now I'm just like, I can move in a figure 8.
Yeah, I like that move where you're behind them and then they wrap their legs and then you spin around in a circle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
The figure skating move.
Yeah, the figure skating move.
Yeah, and you stay inside of them the whole time.
Yeah, that's how we usually finish. The
Pemchenko twist.
Yeah, that's why we had to get a Murphy bed. We couldn't pull that one off without the floor space.
I think the Pemchenko twist is a real move from the movie Cutting Edge.
One of my favorite.
That movie?
I love that movie so
Really?
much. Oh, it's so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't
Olympic
this is
figure
not how I saw this
skater.
conversation going.
Olympic figure skater, tough to work with, gets set up with like a NHL I don't know, goon.
Gruff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he eventually learns the way and they fall in love. It's
Yeah.
real. I like that movie a
That
lot.
is a good movie. What's other weird, like another weird movie that it was about at that time that whenever I tell people I like it, that like I've never seen it, is Far and Away.
Oh, yeah.
The Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman.
Yes.
Irish movie. And I remember like.
It's American though, right?
It
They
is.
come to America.
They come to
Homestead.
America and
that's
then
how they met.
And then they
Or wait,
do,
was it Days of Thunder?
I think Days of Thunder was how they met. They got married during Far and Away, perhaps.
Yeah.
And then Eyes Wide Shut was the end.
Yeah.
But I remember that scene first. Tom Cruise punching a horse unconscious is maybe the funniest scene in movie history.
I forgot about that one completely.
It's very funny. But it stuck out in my head that like they used to put these guys on horseback, say go with a fucking flag and a stake, and you had to, whoever got to the plot
land first.
fastest and stuck their thing in fucking owned it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was America was really that? Like that's
And the whole time it was somebody else's. There's a guy on a hill being like, wait, that's not your fucking plot.
That's so funny. Imagine showing up to somebody else's yard with just a stake and a flag
This
and be
is
like,
mine.
all right, yep, mine.
We're Christian. Sorry. That's so funny. And they were just like, well, we don't own, nobody owns anything. And they're like, this is actually mine now. And they're like, but we don't. Okay, whatever. You have a gun. My weirdest one, and it's actually, I want to say like my most fantasy movie. Like I fantasize of this kind of life it's called A Good Year, and it's Russell Crowe is a high-powered investment banker in London who, when he was growing up, had an uncle that had a vineyard in France, and that's where he'd spend his summers. He's estranged from him now.
Okay.
The uncle passes away, and he's been left the vineyard, and so he has to go to France to do the paperwork and stuff to get rid of the vineyard. And as he goes down there, he gets in touch with his younger self.
I mean,
he gets the memories come flooding back, and then of course
this might as well be called Andy Moves to Kingston.
Marion Cotillard shows up with that perfect rack.
Oh my God, is it perfect?
And there's a movie called they remade it with Jimmy Fallon and Charlize.
Fever Pitch?
No, it's Taxi.
Oh yeah,
but the
with
French
Queen Latifah.
Yeah, the French version is this guy. I don't know the actor because he's French. But Marion Cotillard is like 24 and topless in it. Oh boy,
it's good stuff.
Oh boy, she's a great actress.
She's
good person.
very talented.
Very talented.
Very talented.
Still smokes cigs.
To this day.
Yeah.
Rippin' Butts.
Rippin' Butts, and I love that for her.
I think there's a certain gene in some people that they can.
Get
you know,
big tits.
like they can just rip butts and have sick tits.
Rippin' Butts with sick tits.
It's like my father-in-law. I was literally going to transition into him. He's just one of those guys that can smoke cigs his whole life and still have a perfect rack.
Oh, really? Does he smoke cigs?
Oh, totally. Yeah,
dude. I'm so because I have the vape, but I'm so envious of the like lifelong smokers. I find it's almost admirable now.
Yeah, I mean it's not gonna
toxic.
it's not gonna end admirably though.
No, of
it
course
never
not.
does, dude. It's like no matter what. Even I mean Patrick Swayze was like the coolest looking cigarette smoker of all time.
He died of pancreatic though.
He did. Yeah, isn't that weird?
Pancreatic's like still the like most deadly cancer. Like
Yeah.
the most like, yeah, this one's not good.
This one's you're cooked.
You're cooked. I think they've just recently started to be able to cure a couple.
That's nice to know.
That guy who opens for Doug Stanhope, Andy Andrist, had pancreatic cancer and beat it.
No
Which
shit.
is insane because like it's literally like I think like an 85% death sentence.
Holy fuck! Did he go to Bisbee Hospital?
I hope.
Yeah.
No, but I think they're like if you catch it early enough now they can kind of turn it around.
Oh man, thank goodness.
That's so weird that you need your pancreas that much. That's all the that's
What does it do?
That's a diabetes thing. It's your insulin.
Oh, so okay, so that it
Blood
doles
sugar,
it out, but you
insulin.
can't put like a fake one in there that
You'd think you could.
that could like shoot out just.
I think
insulin?
because it's probably so connected to some kind of system
Yeah,
that it just spreads the cancer all over.
I wonder
you.
if you could 3D print a biopancreas and just kind of shimmy it in
We will be able to.
at some point, right?
Yeah, our kids.
I'm sick and goddamn tired of saying we will be able to though, and when is it gonna be? We are able to.
Yeah, I want a dick that gets all the way hard. Science.
That's right. Yeah, no dead zones. Stop having waterlogged dicks.
No, I'm actually pretty happy
Nicole
with
in the background.
pretty happy with my dick. I will say that for being 42.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'll tell you. I mean, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you're having trouble with your erections, just cold plunge. Just cold plunge like a couple times, and see if you don't wake up with a comically hard dick. Like it's a joke.
Isn't it funny to wake up with a boner now?
No, it sucks because my son comes jumping into bed.
Well, yeah, but
and
that's what's
fucking
funny about
before I can transition into this reality.
Yeah.
And it's me just trying to keep it away from him like I
Yeah.
have a pistol in my pocket.
I was like getting I was going to answer the door the other day from like a sleep. Like we slept and then our nanny showed up and the door was locked, so I had to like run and unlock it. And I was like getting ready to get up, and Rosebud was like, "Get the fuck back! Your dick is hanging out." And I was like, "Sorry."
Yeah, but that I like. I like opening the door with a little bit of a rod. You're just
Yeah.
kind of like, hey,
Hey.
it's morning. Good morning.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for taking care of my daughter. Let me salute you in the only way I know how.
Oh man, speaking of your friend saying we're like a secretly leftist podcast, that's the part that makes us more secret than leftist. Is that we still think that is pretty funny, and I do think that's still pretty funny.
I have a parenting topic, and it's based on something I experienced.
I actually have a parenting topic too.
Excellent. Look at us. Is there anything worse than watching a personality trait that you thought was traumatized into you naturally spring up in your child?
No, it's awful. It's like watching my daughter disassociate already.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I thought you did this to survive your depressing family. It's just in us.
It's
now.
just in us. Like, and also, I mean, I've been, like I said, I read all those articles that are like the traumatic genes are passed on from father to kids.
Oh, wow.
and it's stored in your actual paternal genetics.
Yeah, yeah.
So
what do they call it? There's a term for it. It's I don't know. There's a term like
yeah, it's dad. You should
trauma.
kill yourself.
But there's like they say that they like trauma now. They have like evidence that like trauma shows up in DNA basically.
Yeah. Which great.
Great.
Great. That's awesome.
Awesome.
But it's I speak very positively to my kids. Like I'm really all about positive reinforcement. I thought negative reinforcement for me never worked, whether it was from my parents, coaches, like anything. It just never motivated me and only made me like harder on myself and fuck up in a more like tight way. So I'm very positive, but I watch my son have a really difficult time letting things go. And like and being hard on himself about like little mistakes and stuff like that. So I'm in an effort to I don't know how to like I'm trying to make him.
Are you trying to model it?
No, I'm trying to make him understand. So I am trying to show him that you should and can let things go. And I think by showing is like more that's going to get the point across more than me teaching it to him or telling him. But like I am like, so what I did was I'm trying to tell him that I'm a fallible human being.
Oh,
so
yeah.
anytime that I make a mistake, especially like with the car shit, I told him, he's like, Dad, what, I was like, oh, I'm a little upset today. Like right when I woke up with him. And he's like, why? What happened? And I was like, oh, I got a dent in the car, and it's just a mistake, and it is what it is. But we make mistakes, and we got to move on. And meanwhile, I'm like, suicidal ideation all day while I'm looking him into his beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
But more or less, just trying to like, hey man, we all fuck up. Let's try to move on.
Fine.
But it also like, and then. Oh, this is so depressing. But it's like my brain gets so which is like a mix of narcissism, OCD, and everything. But then my brain gets so fixated on the fact that I did this, that I gave this to him, that it's my fucking like poison genetics that dumped this life of like potentially negative thought onto him. And, no matter what I do, hopefully it could only like help it a little bit. I don't know. I just get like so fucked up about it.
I haven't seen enough of that yet. Like, I definitely am conscious of it.
Yeah.
I don't want my daughter to have, like, the dead-eye stare that I fall into so often. Or, like, the, like, kind of clamming up and being, I don't know, not present, which reads as, like, disinterested or flighty or something like that. But I definitely don't want her to have that. She's pretty cool right now, but she's, it's so new. Everything's brand new. We don't have, like, a real class on personality.
Yeah.
But I'm trying really hard to like, like the doctor has become she's been at the doctor like once a week the last like 5 weeks because of the UTI and stuff like that. And now it's like we get to the doctor's office, she's screaming. And so like that kind of stuff where I'm trying to be like, all right, we're going to be like big and strong and brave. And this is like sucks. But it's like, you don't really know.
Yeah.
And you're also like, I'm trying to tell her that like she's going to get a shot, but also that like she's going to be okay. It's so hard at this point because there's just like no communication.
Well, and then the weird thing is that it gets hard. Like it gets harder. The nuance and the complexity of the issues and the fact that like, if you're not hitting them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you want to actually have a real conversation with your kids and not fucking just like, take that kind of fight or flight, like, no, correct the behavior, not the issue, way of thinking. It's like, it's really complex and it's really difficult to navigate that with your own words also. Like, I almost have to tell them like, hey, this is the first time I'm a human being. Like I'm also trying to figure out how to have this conversation.
I noticed it with Minnow when she's like, where is one of our parents? Like, me or Rosebud.
Yeah.
She doesn't say where or anything like that, but she goes like, Mama? And then I'm like, Mom's at work. And she's like, Mama. And I'm like, yeah, she'll be back. She's at work. And she's like, Mama. Like,
yeah.
Where the fuck is Mama?
Materialize.
Yeah. It's pretty fun now. You get home and she like loses her shit.
Yeah. Soldier come home shit.
Yeah.
It's
you get home and she literally goes, like, screams.
Oh, that's awesome.
My parenting thing is not as
sad,
intelligent as yours.
I just realized we were talking about that in Shiesties.
Yeah. No, it's good. This is the drill parenting. The drill parenting hour. No, the kids, the other kids. That is like I've figured out that's like my. I think Louis had a bit about this back in the day, but you'll just be on the playground and like just the most disgusting little rat of a child like walk up to you and like touch your child, and you just want to be like, get the fuck away, dude.
Yeah.
And then half the time they also have a parent who's like, oh, what's up? I want to be your friend.
Everyone, every time.
I was on the playground the other day, and excuse me if because the parents in my building I found out have watched my podcast and my comedy now.
What's up?
There's this one kid. My daughter was like getting onto like kind of a little toy car that's like got a steering wheel and seats, and this little boy who lives in our building just fucking put his heel in her chest and just kicked her out of the car.
Oh,
and my daughter was like, it was like my daughter had never been so deceived. It was like like colors were introduced to her, but dark colors. And I so badly wanted to.
The sky just crackled.
Yeah, like I wanted, and both his parents were right there, and they immediately were like, sorry. And the mom came up and she was like, he can Minnow can push him out of the car the next time, type of thing. Like they're very cool.
Yeah.
But there's so often the kid is like touching her or like near her or taking something from her or just like around and they're like covered in snot. And I'm just like I want to remove you.
Well, and you know what's the fucking sickest thing? Is that has absolutely nothing to do with Minnow and everything to do with you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I have the same exact shit.
She loves it. I mean, it's great for her.
This is what socialization is.
Yeah.
She should want we're sitting there just like, he wronged you.
Yeah.
Respect you.
The natural, like, human, the most pure reaction is like, you hurt my feelings. I'm sad. And then he comes up and he hugs her and he's sorry. And I'm like, I want to grab you by your hood and like do the spinny thing and then throw you like a cartoon
hammer throw you like Miss Trunchbull.
What's I'm trying to think of a Looney Tunes, like where they're just like in the horizon,
I would love to do that. Like if there was one cartoon activity that I could participate in, it's to throw somebody by their limb and for them to make a bomb noise and to like in like a dust bowl.
I also, can you believe how many, I mean, you're kind of probably out of this, but the people that let the snot in the kids' noses, do you know
like leave it there?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, I reset the clock, so I'm right back at square one.
But you at least, like, when he goes out and plays in a playground, you're not going to, like, let him have, like, a yellow mustache.
No. That stuff,
People
it looks like
shit.
Lloyd Christmas in Aspen, Colorado.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just frozen snot to their fucking face, and you're like, what are you doing? Go shower.
I get it that the kid's got a cold and you're sick of rubbing his nose, but, like, fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I don't want to look
I'm not
at
even
his
a germ
walrus.
guy. But
I'm a snot guy, though. Snot is one of my Achilles heels. It's
really?
face jizz, dude. I can't deal with it. It's too congealy and
what about
jelly.
picking your own nose? Do you like your own boogers?
I love picking my own nose.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's one of my favorite things in the world.
Yeah.
But I don't
normalize it.
My dad
I was talking about there should be like cigar bars for picking your own nose. You go into a little booth, you just got Kleenex.
You just flick it at fucking at a tile wall.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Best.
I used to my parents used to get mad at me back in the day because they would find just fucking crusted layers of bugs in my shower.
Dude, I was moving this.
That was awful.
I was moving this guy one time back when I was a mover. And we like picked his desk up and he had like money. It was so weird. He was like a computer nerd, but like he'd clearly made money through some kind of tech thing.
Yeah.
And we lifted his desk up and the entire back of his desk was boogers.
Oh, yeah.
And he had a girlfriend who was there too. And I wanted to be like, hey, come here.
Can I show you?
I need to show you
something.
something.
Who you're allowing in you?
Yeah. I was so, he was also confident. He had he was like a nerd, but he kind of had like a metal thing going on.
You should have taken a picture of it, showed it to him, and be like, I want $10,000 right now.
Give me a Bitcoin.
I'm telling your chick.
Put the Bitcoin on this thumb drive. Give it to me. Pussy. Kill you.
Are you a Bitcoin guy? Do you have Bitcoin?
I do have Bitcoin, but not because I believe in it, just because I knew it was going to go
miss
up.
The boat. Yeah.
I just knew it was going to go up after Trump.
Yeah.
And it's horrible. I worked in crypto for a year and
really?
Yeah. I mean, that was the English soccer team was owned by crypto guys.
Oh. How do you work in invisible money?
Well, they do all these things to like implement it. So there was like membership to the football club that came with incentives, and your membership basically was in the form of a blockchain token.
Oh, sweet.
Which, there's
Wait, did you get paid in Bitcoin?
No, I probably could have, but I would never do that. I would never ever do that. Although, I mean, a lot of people made so much money. I mean, I feel like I'm one of those people like that somewhere back in the day, somebody offered me a Bitcoin and I was like, whatever, no, this is stupid. And it's $100,000 now.
Yeah. No, I've never been at the forefront of one single financial event. Like I've never had foresight.
I've had like 2 good scratch offs.
Yeah.
And
my friend gave me like a hot stock tip once. He's like, seriously, dump like 500, but it's not even like not a lot at all. Just dump.
I mean, if we would have bought Nvidia on Thursday last week, we'd be, we would have 5 times the amount of money.
But he's like, just trust me, it'll get like a little bit of a jump. You'll gain a little bit of money. I lost it in like 10 seconds, but I was like, why'd I do that? Why'd I listen to you? You don't even have
every time I've ever bet on anything, every time
Mhm.
it's just like I'm allergic to.
Oh,
that.
I'm a lock bet's biggest advocate. Like, I'll fucking immediately disprove something.
And also, I have this ongoing thing where I'll get offered something that would be life changing money wise, and it will evaporate like just an ice statue in the Serengeti. Just last year, I got offered this corporate in Hong Kong, and it was like $30K, and they were gonna fly me, and it was like all ready to go. And then I think my manager at the time was like, we're just gonna set down some parameters," which seemed normal. And
Right.
they wrote the email, and the people just did not get back.
Oh,
It was just like,
my God, dude.
it was just like they were like, nope, that's it. And this last week I got offered a corporate,
Yeah.
and it was like in Vegas, and I put down my things, and they were like, okay, and then just disappeared.
Awesome.
I need a ball busting motherfucker.
Yeah. What are they? Barstool Sports?
Yeah,
Right, Nicole?
yeah. Let's call him out. Fuck you, Portnoy. You piece
because
of shit.
You knew that, right? That I was going to
Yes.
work for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he bought it back and just evaporata.
Yeah, fuck you, pizza man.
Although he
dork.
boosted my local economy. He went to the Mountain House in my town and gave them a great score. They have it
that's
all
good.
over their floor, and they're fucking they're killing it.
I love that he's like baffled by Trump this week. I love all these people baffled by Trump. Wait, are you telling me he doesn't have my best
Well, the
interest in
best
mind?
is the people that are just like, well, now it's rebounding. And you're like, if you don't think this is a massive short where the rich are getting all of the money back,
Yeah.
it's like you're fucking
They
out
all
of your
probably
mind.
shorted it last week, and then they futured it, whatever.
It's like, I know nothing about this, but this reeks of everybody made money but me.
yeah.
That's what this is.
What else? We should probably get going.
We can get going soon. Oh, can I tell you this? I actually, this is a long-standing story. So I work out at home, like I told you, because
Yeah.
I think if I work out at a gym, I'm going to go to jail.
Yeah.
Like, so for a year, I was working out at this retro fitness place. And for the last couple months, for whatever reason, every time I was there, one of their trainers would come over and kick me out of my spot. It's so weird. I picked a spot on the turf where nobody was at every single morning, and it would be different spots, so it wouldn't be the same area that I knew they were coming to.
Yeah.
Different spots on this turf. I would need like a 5x8 little studio apartment to myself with a mat, kettlebells, a bench. Like, that's it. And every single fucking time this person would kick me over or kick me out to work out some 98-year-old, fucking World War II vet that had no idea where he was. He thought he was on the beaches of Normandy, and he's literally like shivering. And this guy's like, all right, work your wrists, just squeezing the last $35 out of this guy. So I didn't go back. I've been working out at home for a long time. I finally, we had something where my house was unavailable and I had to go and work out at the gym.
You still were paying the membership.
Still was paying the membership for this purpose. Because I was like, I might go back. I don't know. And
it's probably not that much money in the
it's
suburbs.
$20 or something like that. And it's also like they have places across the country, so I can technically, if they have them in a city, I can go.
Yeah.
So I went and I set up my thing, and within 5 minutes, a trainer goes, "Hey, we need this area," with another guy who looked like fucking the girl from The Ring. Like, he was just wet. He was a wet 98-year-old man who was in sweatpants with a shit stain on him. He just looked like he was taken in from the dumpster outside and just cleared on his chest, brought back to life.
All right,
and then
you're
been
in.
like, all right,
Sign the papers.
we're gonna automatic deposit this every month.
Great, yeah.
So, and I just I finally fucking snapped. I was like, you know what, buddy? I was like, your job is fucking taken by AI already, and you don't even realize it. I was like, you're just shaking this guy down for the last set. If you knew anything about fucking personal training, you would just move to any other area of the gym and get the exact same workout in. I was like, he's like, well, we get preference on where. I was like, where does it say that? Where does it say that anywhere in this gym? They didn't tell me when I signed up. I was like, and honestly, I was like, why? Why do you get preference?
Yeah.
And he just it got to the point where I then figured out, I got angry to a level where I was like, this isn't about this. I felt it in my body. And I was like, I'm gonna regret something. I'm just like, And I just fucking walked away, walked right to the front door, and I was like, I'm canceling my membership. And they're like, why? And I go, him. And I pointed to the personal trainer, and I was like, he's a recurring problem. He's kicked me out of spots multiple times since I've been at this gym. Meanwhile, it was him and several others, but I just poured fucking a full year of blame on this guy.
But it doesn't matter. Also, they don't care, right?
Yeah, who cares? They definitely, he's going to probably
Who did
get promoted.
I did this. Oh, Bank of America. I did this where I was like, I'm closing my account. And they were like, cool. Good.
Like, great, we'll write you a check for $85.
Well, who gives a shit? Because they kept on freezing my checks for a week.
Ugh, a lot of them are doing that now.
And I heard it was because there's like cash scarcity or something. And I was just like, why? And they're like, it's just like protocol if we see something that like might bounce. And I was like, the money's already taken out of the other account where the check's written from. And they're like, yes, sir, we can't do anything about it. And I just was like, I'm going to close the fucking account. Like, I've been with you guys for 20 years. And they were like, oh, okay.
Let me transfer you.
Yeah. You don't have, we're not going to lose anything, sir. We own all of this.
You get almost all your fees from me.
Yeah. We should go. Did you cancel?
I did. Yeah,
for you.
I did cancel. I think I'm gonna, the next gym that I belong to, I think I'm gonna really try to do it right. The fact that we went to that bathhouse the other day, I mean, together on gay night was awesome, and it just really changed my mind.
It made you want to be in better shape.
It made me want to be in better shape.
So that you got to hook up with the better guys.
Because I was getting slapped around by a bunch of roughnecks, and I want the chiseled types.
Yeah. I want the pretty boys.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. I liked it. I liked it when the guy threw the water at me.
Just a bucket.
Just a bucket of water, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to say anything about this. It's 172 degrees in here. I will be at Bottle Rocket Comedy in Baltimore, and then I will be at Goofs in Boston, and then I've got a gig in Portland at the end of July. I think there's some other stuff in there, but I don't know the dates.
All tickets at MikeCannonComedy.com. I got Boston. I got Point Pleasant. A bunch of places coming up. So come on out.
Get there.
Nicole
Lyons Productions on Instagram. Follow the pod at Beautiful Boys Pod on Instagram.
Dude, this time we'll probably be monetized.
I look tired.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We've done a couple episodes. I mean, we do these all the time.
Every week.
Every
Fresh
week.
for you. Out of the oven.
On the week. Bye.